Hello, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. And I'm here at the Grays Peak Trailhead here near Big Bear Lake. Big Bear Lake is just across the road, which is Highway 18. So today I just want to do a little poke around of the trailhead. It's way too late for me to be starting a hike because it's already well after 2 o'clock. It's probably getting close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon by now. So I kind of just want to look around and just poke around and see what's here at the trailhead. There's a lot of diversity of plant life over here that I think should be annotated. Alright, so here we have arroyo willow, Salix lasiolipus. It's kind of relatively fresh in its leafing out for the year because we're at higher elevation, so things leaf out much later up here. And there we got, look at that beautiful arroyo willow. And we got a lot of other cool stuff growing around here too. Of course, some of the most conspicuous stuff are these massive Jeffrey pines we have growing here at the Grays Peak Trailhead. Some of these are some absolutely massive Jeffrey pines. And then up the hill a little bit, look at this. There's a massive sugar pine right up there. Look at that. Pinus lambertiana. That's a massive sugar pine. Not surprised to see massive trees here in the San Bernardino mountains. And then, of course, we got a Sierra juniper right here in the middle. Juniperus grandis. Pretty cool. So we're at about an elevation of 6,760 feet above sea level on the northwest side of Big Bear Lake. And we got a lot of cool stuff growing around here that I think should be pointed out. So what do we have here? This looks like some kind of apple or crab apple tree. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't even realize I was doing an ode video to Jeffrey pine over here earlier. I didn't even notice this. But yeah. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, a sagebrush lizard. Little juvenile sagebrush lizard. Scaloporus vandenbergianus. But yeah, this looks like an apple tree or a crab apple. Probably an apple tree. Pretty cool. All right. Just noticed it right now. And what do we got blooming over here? Ceanothus cordulatus, mountain whitethorn. It's really blooming and blowing up right now with its small clusters of beautiful white, snow white flowers. Sometimes they call this snowbrush. Sometimes. And then, is this what I think it is? Looks like Sierra coffeeberry, Frangulua californica, subspecies cuspidata. Okay, pretty cool. And another one here right next to the rock. And here's this beautiful juniper, providing some shade on this very warm early June day. It's actually probably getting towards the mid 80s right now. So it's actually pretty warm. Thankfully, I did my hiking for the day, beat the worst of the heat, and now I'm just poking around for a little while before I go back to my motel room. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here and get some more footage. What we got growing in this little nook right here? This is a pretty luscious little nook. There's a little spring coming through here. Well, of course, one of the common trees here in the San Bernardino mountains and in parts of Southern California, the California black oak, just started leafing out, looks like a couple weeks ago. Quercus kellogii, growing up here above Big Bear Lake. And we got some massive white fir action right here. Got some tall white firs. Abies concolor. Is ours variety concolor, the Rocky Mountain, or is it variety Lowiana, the Sierra white fir? I'm not going to go too much into that for a video of this caliber, but read Michael Kaufman, who thinks our trees here in SoCal are Rocky Mountain varieties, and that's Michael Kaufman, and then read Ronald Lanner, Conifers of California, as he happens to think that ours is the Sierra race, Lowiana. So that could be some interesting further reading. Western chokecherry in bloom. Prunus virginiana variety demissa. Little patches of it here blooming here in early June. And this looks like we got some yellow willow over here too, some Salix lutea. Kind of similar looking to our royal willow, but the leaves are a little pointier on it. Yeah, very structurally similar, but yeah, I believe this is Salix lutea. This looks more like yellow willow, which is kind of similar, but usually has a little bit pointier of a leaf. Yeah, so we got yellow willow growing here too, it looks like. Salix lutea. I was thinking some of these taller willows back here might have been scalar willows, but I really don't think that those are. I wonder if this is Parish Stream lupine. I wonder if, I don't know, maybe Lupinus latifolius variety parishii? Maybe. But we do have a couple of these ephemeral ones. And these are perennials that come up from, they have perennial roots, but their stems come out every spring and summer. Oh, and a little miniature canyon live oak. But yeah, there are few species of ephemeral perennials. That's the best term. In other words, the roots stay alive for years, and it sends up new shoots every spring. That could be another species. There is at least, I think Lupinus polyphyllus maybe might be another species that does that. That could be that too. And then what we got here? Sierra currant, Ribes nevadense. Very beautiful. There's a lot of stuff to point out here. And just look at this wall of pines and firs. That is so beautiful. I love tall conifer forests. I'm addicted to this kind of stuff. And there's that beautiful black oak in the center there. A beautiful tree. Probably changes nice color in come October, early November. But yeah, we got a few more patches of this western chokecherry root clonal plant. And then of course we got some gorgeous golden, nearly orange on some of these western wallflowers. Erissimum capitatum variety capitatum, which is pretty common here in the mountains. In late May, in June, these things are exploding. And these are biennial or short-lived perennial plants in the mustard family, the Brassicaceae. Looks like these ones are starting to go a little bit past their peak. And here's more of that western chokecherry right here. Western chokecherry is a plant I point out a lot when I'm hiking at Mount Laguna, in the Laguna Mountains, because it's very common there. But we got some nice ones here, and we got some kind of a snowberry here. My guess is this is Symphoricarpus rotundifolius variety parishii, parish snowberry, which is I think usually your higher elevation one. I'm kind of guessing about this one. Usually higher up is usually when you're going to find that one more often. And then we got some other stuff going on here too. So let me go get a picture or two, and then we'll start talking on that too. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Because there's more stuff. Dragon sagewort, aka wild tarragon, Artemisia dracunculus, sending up new shoots for its spring and summer growth period. These things usually, the roots, again, another ephemeral perennial. This is a previous year's shoot right here. So the shoots die back to the roots, and then the roots send up new shoots in the spring and summer months. So we have dragon sagewort. I do not believe, judging by the fragrance of the plant, that you're going to want to use this for cooking, because this wild one here has kind of a bitter aroma. So I wouldn't count on using that for your culinary exploits. So what else do we have growing here? Something else that's just starting to bloom that I've finally get to catch for the first time in bloom. Creek dogwood. Cornus sericea subspecies occidentalis. Just starting to bloom right now. Means a spotlight video might be coming soon. It's just starting to bloom right now. There's more of it here, getting flower buds all over it. Yeah, this is creek dogwood right here. This shrub here, this shrub is responsible for some of the finest fall color you're going to find in Southern California. This plant, along with skunk brush, Rhus aromatica, western poison oak, gets some of the nicest reds in fall. Reds, orange, and then yellows too. But it's these little flowers that are just beautiful. It's not like your stereotypical dogwoods that have those big, huge, petal-looking bracts. Though, like on our mountain dogwood or Pacific dogwood here, and then back east, the flowering dogwood, those are flower bracts, and they're much larger than these ones. But this is a true dogwood. It's in the genus Cornus. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And I believe their fruits ripen a color, a white color. But again, I'll have to get a good spotlight video on that one. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful place here. Yeah. And of course we got those light green trees in the background are more California black oaks. I'm going to go up to another one real quickly. Here we are, this black oak right here. This one just started leafing out recently. This one must have not leafed out till late May, maybe mid-May. Sometimes these trees leaf out very late, California black oaks. But look at it, look at the purplish red on the foliage. How beautiful is that? Yeah, a lot of times with that color has like some type of a tannic, I think a tannin in it, to make these fresh young leaves unpalatable to herbivores. That's why you notice more of them here in the lower crown where deer can reach. Up there, you'll get them too, but they won't be quite as noticeable. So this one's relatively fresh in leaf, actually. So I'm glad I got to see some of these, because I missed out on seeing a lot of black oaks early leafing out periods this year. Because I haven't been going to the mountains much until the end of last month and early this month. I haven't really been going to the mountains much. I've been doing a lot of low elevation videos and hikes. But yeah, look at that. Our coast live oaks do this too. Actually, coast live oak, very famous here in California, is actually in the same lineage as the California black oak. They are both red oaks, also known as black oaks. So yeah, coast live oak is actually a fairly close relative of the California black oak, and in fact, I have seen hybrids between the two before. It's called, depending on the variant, I think if you're doing the regular coast live oak, the one that grows on the coast and foothills, Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia, crossing with Quercus kelloggi, this one here, the black oak, I believe results in chase oak, Quercus chasei, I believe. If I find out differently, I'll put that correction in. But then there's also the southern coast live oak that grows further inland at higher elevations, and that's towards the southeastern part of its range here in Southern California, northern Baja. That's Quercus agrifolia variety oxyadania, the southern coast live oak. I usually around California black oaks and southern coast live oaks, and when those two hybridize, those are called gander oaks, Quercus ganderi. So, yeah. If you check out my video called Hybrid Oak Treat, Palomar Mountain, from late December 2018, I'll show you what a gander oak looks like on there, and I'll mention it. You'll hear me mention it on the video, because I started talking about some of the oak diversity along this Forest Service road leading up from Palomar Mountain State Park. And I point out a lot of the oaks along the way, and the gander oak is one of them. So yeah, Quercus kelloggi. Yep. It's our main fully winter deciduous oak. In other words, shedding its leaves in fall, leafless in winter, and new leaves in the spring. That's our only winter deciduous oak south of LA County. LA County also has valley oak and brewer oak too. But yeah, take some time to appreciate these monster Jeffrey pines. This thing is a skyscraper, and I'm absolutely enthralled by this. And look at all the young ones here vying to take over one day. We do have a curious ornamental tree here. Let me go over here, and on my way there, I'm going to snap a picture or two, and then I'm going to go over to this tree here. There's something different about this one. Alright, so here I am next to this tree. It looks like we got a Siberian elm. Some random Siberian elm planted here at the picnic area. Yeah, this looks like Ulmus pumila, the Siberian elm. This tree used to be fairly commonly planted in Southern California as a shade tree and an ornamental tree, but then it's a tree that's pretty quick to get diseases, and the branches are known to break a lot in storms. So it is fallen out of favor as an ornamental, but it definitely is very heat tolerant, very dry tolerant, and is actually fairly commonly seen even in the desert communities like Lancaster, Palmdale, and other desert cities like California City out in Kern County. They do have Siberian elms planted a lot because they are very heat tolerant. And they're pretty cold tolerant as well. Obviously, we're here at 6,760 feet above sea level. This tree is going to have some cold tolerant too. So Siberian elm, Ulmus pumila. And pumila refers to a Latin term meaning small, which the leaves of these elms are actually pretty small. There's another species of elm called Chinese elm that also has small leaves like this too, about the same size leaves. But that tree usually has more ornate bark that's sometimes mottled, sometimes has little splotches and patches of varying colors. While this one, the Siberian elm, has gray furred bark, as you can see here. So pretty cool. Well, I think this is going to wrap up my little tour of the area. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you on the next one.